change you. You got it under control. You wake up each day different. Another reason for me to keep holding on. I'm not attached to any way you're showing up. I'm just gonna love you like the woman I love. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna love you. You're the woman I love. When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. Well, there's so much they mold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn. Some even fall to the earth. We got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got here. We got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my there is love. I can't wait to talk about it when things get rough. I like to walk with you when it's night. I like to be the light that's missing and remind you every minute of the future isn't written, not yet. When there is love, when the heart feels heavy, we can lighten it up. If you've had enough, well, you can empty your glass and we can fill it back up. You know it's up to us to make it all up. So what you making up, I can make it up. That you could be loved no matter what. You know the only time is right now, is right where you are. You don't need a vacation when there's nothing to escape from. Singing ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. Let's all sing ha la 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 la, laying it down. Everything is sound. Let's sing to be happy, to feel things, to communicate and be heard. We sing out to protest and to project and to harmonize with birds. Whether it's your birthday or your dying day, it's a celebration to rejoice, to use your voice and give wings to any old choice. Whatever you're choosing right now is right where you are. You don't need a vacation when there's nothing to escape from. Set your vibration in modulation to the highest it can go. And trust me, hear me, if it makes you wanna sing, just sing it. Ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. Let's all sing ha la 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 la, laying it down. Everything is sound. Ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. Let's all sing ha la 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 la, hallelujah. It's a song that I've forgotten often. It doesn't make me wrong, 'cause we all need the darkness to see the light.
Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Can they hear me? Good afternoon, everybody. We are short on space, so if I could ask you to squeeze as much as you can in the rows, and we'll be able to let the maximum amount of parents and other family members in. Thank you. Ceremony's going to get started in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes max.
And I,
Sure.
and I will, I'll
Frankie Fixer was a handyman. He could handle anything. He was my granddad. He grew his own food, and he could fix his own mood. I watched it all happen in our backyard. He'd reinvent the part to fix a broken home. He'd restore the
Okay. Thank you. Let me. Bonjour. Good afternoon. And welcome to the 2024 Bishop's University Convocation Ceremony. Yes, give a cheer to your children, your friends, your family. My name is Jackie Scott, and I am a proud graduate of the class of 1990, and I am the Associate Vice Principal of Alumni and Philanthropy here at Bishop's. It is an honor to be your MC this afternoon. Today, we are honoring the accomplishments of our graduating students, and we are so pleased that you can be with us to celebrate them. Au nom de l'Université Bishop's, bienvenue à vous, parents, familles, et amis. As a mark of respect for our soon-to-be graduates and to enable those here to enjoy the ceremony, please silence your cell phones. Also, a professional photographer will take each graduate's photo when they are up on stage, and these will be made available on the university's website in the coming week. To ensure everybody's safety, kindly remain in your seats during the ceremony. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please locate the emergency exits closest to you and follow the instructions of the security staff. Finally, to ensure that the day runs smoothly, we've enlisted the help of some current students and staff. I'd like to give a special shout out to all of them, the volunteers that you've seen around the Sports Center today in purple gowns. This special day could simply not happen without their invaluable contribution, so thank you very much to all of you. Ceci est un événement pour célébrer les réalisations de tous nos finissants et finissantes. Dans quelques minutes, nos futurs diplômés vont entrer, suivis de la procession universitaire. Un photographe professionnel prendra des photos de chaque diplômé. The word convocation, from the Latin convocare, means to call together, to summon. Today's ceremony summons us to a moment of great shared significance. In it, we celebrate the joy of learning, the advancement of knowledge, the transformative bonds of friendship, the power of perseverance, and the deep satisfaction of achievement. The 197th Convocation ceremony will start shortly with the academic procession. This is a long-standing tradition where dignitaries and faculty walk to the stage wearing traditional academic regalia. Today's procession will be led by the Eastern Township's bagpipers. They will be followed by the students, then the faculty, and last but not least, the chancellor and the principal. For our students, today is the culmination of years of hard work and study. I encourage all of you to applaud them as they file in. Now, if you are able, please stand for the academic procession. And once the procession is seated, we will be welcomed to this land by Bishop's Associate Director, Indigenous Initiatives, Vicky Boldo. A musical performance by student Maud Zulov, accompanied by Professor Fanny Godet, Director of the University Singers, will follow. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vicky Boldo, Associate Director, Indigenous Initiatives at Bishops.
Thank you. Mio kisigao kagiao kiawao namoya nanitao. Kisiwatu wenyo tenis kwa unisigason. Kuwatsin otinia maga St. Catherine de Hatley niwigin. So I was just saying to you, it's a good day, and I'm really well, and I hope that all of you are as well. My Cree name is Gentle Wind Woman. I'm a proud Cree Métis woman, mother, grandmother, a great-grandmother, and I also have Coast Salish lineage on my paternal side. So, as a mother and an auntie, a sister, a grandmother, great-grandmother, all those things I said, I can really appreciate some of the emotion that all of you and your families are going through on this monumental day, a day of celebration and history in the making. It is an honor and a privilege to be with you. This past year, we all witnessed the immense loyalty of those currently at Bishops and of those that have a strong standing relationship with the university. They came out and stood strong in solidarity with us. Bishops also has a good relationship with the Abenaki, in particular with Odanak and Walinak, the stewards and custodians of the lands. Unfortunately, our good friend and someone I call brother, Chief Obomsawin, Richard Obomsawin, that many of you during your time here would have met. Unfortunately, he can't be with us today, and so I take on that role of welcoming you to the lands and to this beautiful campus, 525 acres that sprawls. And we're surrounded by all of our what I call our non-human relatives. The ones that remind us of natural law, all the plant life in the spring lushness that nourishes us, heals us, and teaches us about strength and resilience. The grass grows, the seasons change, the wind blows, and the waters flow. We're grateful for the crawlers, the pollinators, the four-leggeds, the swimmers, the winged ones, continually blessing us each day and showing us the lessons of respect, healing, humility, generosity, and care. We learn from the land in more ways than we know throughout each living day. We, the two-leggeds, have much to learn. And I'm proud to see, since my arrival at Bishops in 2021, how the community takes this seriously. The work of the Sustainability Office, the student groups and the alumna groups who've taken on planting the trees and beautifying the grounds, buildings and grounds, and their team for all that they've done, all those beautiful benches we have around campus now, where we didn't just shred up the trees into little chips. And they've seriously committed to teaching us how to live in harmony with all that surrounds us. Yesterday, we held our second annual Indigenous student graduation celebration, and we were beneath what I call those non-human beings, those white pines that stand so proud all over campus. But we were under those trees over on the principal's residence in the garden. And we celebrated the achievements of 12 First Nation and Red River Métis students, including our first Ghanaian Gahaga student to graduate from the individualized master's program. And today these students will also be honored with the stole as they walk across the stage. So to you, my dear graduates of 2024, I would like to share some thoughts, just some teachings from a little bit of what I know from my own earth walk, and I want to share that with you. So as I sat this morning reflecting, with the bird song all around me and the rising of the sun, I realized that in small ways, I too have been on a journey with you over these past 3 years. This is my 3rd year at Bishop's. I think it's my 6th convocation because of that triple convocation we had with the interruption of COVID. And this journey has involved learning on all kinds of levels. I've been on learning curves since my arrival, and now I'm on a bit of another learning curve as I transition from that role of special advisor into directing the Indigenous initiatives around campus. So my dear Cheyenne sister and colleague, who I call Dr. C, Dr. Yellow Robe, many of you might know her, she reminded us yesterday of how, as Indigenous peoples, wherever we go, we can't help it, we bring change, just because of who we are in this world. And so we bring change to spaces and to tables and in the classroom and ultimately to the world. And we often create discomfort for others because of our ways of seeing and doing and knowing. And a lot of you, I think, as leaders and change makers, you're going to be doing that as well. I'm really proud. I'm so honored to get to work with the youth and for the way that you stand for things. So you leave as leaders and change makers, and the world is in need of your actions, decisions, your generosity, and care. Remember that words are important and to act with integrity. Walk the walk and talk the talk. In order to make informed decisions, you need to understand and you need to get educated on all the possibilities of that situation as best you can. Take a moment to think before you speak. Your words can be detrimental to a person's trajectory or the outcome of a situation. Creator gave us 2 ears and 2 eyes and 1 mouth. There's a reason for that. Observe more, listen twice as much, and then speak after you've taken a little bit of time to reflect on what it is you want to share. Don't just fill the air with words. Always be kind, especially to those that provoke reaction within you. Reaction is much more about ourselves than the other. Compassion and empathy. Take time to align your mind and your heart. That is the longest journey that you'll ever take on your earth walk. Loving ourselves is the greatest gift that we can give to the world. So my hope is that you have more ups than downs during your time with us. And our hope is that we've served you well. Always stand tall, be proud of all that you are, because those that came before us, our ancestors, and your ancestors are rejoicing today. Keep your childlike curiosity and love for life. Care for and celebrate with all those that surround you every day. And always remember that you are an intricate part for all of those that are to come, for the generations in the future. Congratulations again to you, your families, your peers. My hope is that you continue the journey with a zest for life, that you contemplate every opportunity, that you take risks and embrace all the lessons in life. There are no mistakes or failures. These are often the experiences that give us the greatest growth. Nanaskama and Niawakamakinak, I give thanks to you and all my relations.
flows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun, and they rain and they snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions that I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way that you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show, and you leave him laughing when you go. And if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's life's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. Oh, but now old friends are acting strange, and they shake their heads, they tell me that I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions that I recall. I really don't know life at all. It's life's illusions that I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all.
Thank you, Maud and Fanny. Thank you to Vicky for your thoughtful reflection. L'Université Bishop's est située sur le territoire traditionnel du peuple Abénaki. The land of the Abenaki extended across most of what is today New England, southern Quebec, and a portion of the Maritimes. The Bishop's campus is located at the confluence of the Massawippi and St. Francis rivers, significant waterways of the Abenaki people for centuries. We honor the Abenaki's rich history and culture and pay our respect to them as the original stewards of the territory on which we gather today. I now call upon Monsieur Daniel Fournier, the Chancellor of Bishop's University, to open the 197th Convocation and address today's ceremony.
Quelle belle journée à Bishops. Est-ce que vous êtes d'accord avec moi? Oui. Bienvenue à la 197e collation des grades de l'Université de Bishops. 197 années. Pas années, convocation, excuse-moi, collation des grades. 696 diplômes de premier cycle et 126 diplômes d'études supérieures seront décernés aujourd'hui. So welcome to the 197th Bishops' Convocation. 696 undergraduate degrees and 126 graduate degrees will be conferred. Can we just applaud a little more for the version of both sides now that we just heard? Wow. And I too would like to thank Vicki. I had the privilege of attending a very, very moving ceremony for our Indigenous graduates yesterday, and I truly appreciated the honor of being there. So as I look out today at you, the great class, underlined, of 2024, young, hopeful, confident, and enthusiastic, with your lives spread out before you against a distant horizon, one thought crosses my mind. I'd love to be young again. But when I arrived at my own graduation ceremony many, many years ago, a friend told me, look, Dan, let me give you some advice. When they hand you your diploma, keep walking in case they try to take it back. Well, don't worry, we have no intention of taking yours back. All we hope for, it's a sincere hope, is that you will come back and see us here at Bishop's. So every graduating class, including the class of 2024, faces unique challenges, some admittedly more perilous and fraught with difficulty than others. But it is how we deal with those challenges that will ultimately determine who we are as individuals and ultimately what we are as a society. Beginning your time here, you were confronted by the difficult circumstances in which you found yourselves during the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, displaying a combination of resilience, determination, and innovation, you forged ahead, never surrendering to the loneliness and the uncertainty imposed by the times. I congratulate you, the great class of 2024, not only for having overcome those challenging and daunting circumstances, but for having done so with a spirit of compassion and empathy for your fellow students and your professors. You effectively transitioned all of us out of COVID, and we appreciate it. Your strength and commitment have not only shaped your individual journeys, but have also strengthened the Bishop's community, leaving an indelible mark on our shared history. It is a trait of human nature that we often don't appreciate the true value of things until we are faced with the prospect of losing them. Well, just such a thing happened this past year when we were confronted with the very real threat of losing Bishops. On its face, it was a funding issue, but in reality, it was much more. It struck at the very core of what Bishops represents, what makes us so special, our diversity. And at Bishops, diversity is not a slogan. It is an integral part of our culture. Alors permettez-moi de répéter cela. À Bishops, la diversité n'est pas un slogan, elle fait partie intégrante de notre culture. But I have to tell you, I witnessed personally, and I want to take the opportunity of thanking Principal Labelle-Grenier, who in his very first few months on the job got hit by a tsunami that tested his leadership in terms of how to manage his way through a crisis. And what an example he gave everyone, and I mean everyone. Could we applaud that? However, someone once said that if a leader turns around and sees no one following, well, there's simply someone taking a walk. But when our principal looked over his shoulder, he saw a legion prepared to put their shoulders to the wheel. It would have been impossible to find a more dedicated and committed group. You and your fellow students were a major part of that effort. Recognizing the danger, you explained to the world the important space Bishops occupies in the educational world. We may have been a hidden jewel before, but thanks to your efforts, we are hidden no more. We congratulate you for your activism and attribute much of our success to you, and for that we thank you. You never despaired and refused to quit in defense of this place we love and we cherish. Nous vous félicitons pour votre militantisme et vous attribuons une grande partie de notre succès. Et pour cela, nous vous remercions. Vous n'avez jamais désespéré et avez refusé d'abandonner pour défendre cet endroit que nous aimons et chérissons. You personified the best of Prime Minister Lester Pearson's advice to those who give their all in the defense of a just cause, when he said, "Don't be downhearted in the thick of battle. It is where all good men and women would wish to be." Well, you leave here with a university degree, a very good university degree. You also leave here having made friendships that will last a lifetime. You also leave here with memories. While your degree will be framed in glass, your friends, believe it or not, like you, will eventually grow old, but your memories of the shining, glorious moments you, the great class of 2024, shared here at Bishops, never will. I have little in the way of advice to give, but I would offer the following observations. First, this is your day, so celebrate it. Although after 4 years here at Bishops, you need no advice from me on how to do that. Do we all agree on that point? I thought we might. Second, someone once cautioned that time is a strange thing. When one lives heedlessly, time means nothing. But then suddenly one is aware of nothing else. So this is your time. I know that you will make the most of it. Congratulations, félicitations. Je déclare maintenant ouverte cette collation des grades de l'Université de Bishops. I now declare the Convocation of Bishops University to be open.
Thank you, Chancellor Fournier. The Senate, the highest academic body of the university, may award the title of Distinguished Professor Emeritus. This award is granted to a retired professor who has served a minimum of 20 years at Bishops and who has demonstrated an outstanding contribution to either teaching or research, or who has combined a distinguished academic career with an outstanding contribution to academic administration. I now invite Dr. Jamie Crooks, Professor of Philosophy, to introduce the recipient of the Distinguished Professor Emeritus Award and ask Dr. Michael Childs to stand by the Chancellor.
I count it a great privilege today to say a few words about Michael Childs, our honorand this year as Distinguished Professor Emeritus. Michael and I were colleagues for 28 years. I watched him help build Bishops virtually every day of that long stretch. In some remarks to the community on the completion of his mandate as Vice Principal in 2013, speaking then as a colleague and fellow traveler in the administration, I drew attention to Michael's marvelous intellectual clarity and to the way in which he put that clarity into action, to the deep integrity of his work on our behalf. In the hurly-burly of helping run a university year in and year out, this integrity showed itself most often in a bundle of fairly concrete beliefs. Michael believed that X was the way to balance the academic budget. He believed that successful negotiation of a collective agreement required X. He believed that X was necessary for successful recruitment. The things that Michael believed were almost always right. It was one of the advantages of intellectual clarity. And if, on occasion, we took issue with him, we had to gird our loins for fairly devastating arguments in defense of the things that he believed. But as I look back now over the entire course of his working life, I see all those things grounded in a deeper kind of belief. Not so much a believing that, as a believing in. What made Michael an excellent teacher, an effective leader, and an irreplaceable colleague was his belief in the wondrous, fragile project of liberal education. He walked a long way with bishops, through some exciting times of growth, but also through some harrowing periods where its very existence was in peril. I never saw that belief waver even for a moment. Never saw that steadfast commitment to the past, present, and future of the university shaken, not even once. He himself, of course, would wave this off and take it for granted. But it's a gift, a legacy, and a challenge for all of us who had the good fortune of working with him. Thank you, Michael, and congratulations on this well-deserved recognition.
Thank you, Dr. Crooks, and congratulations, Dr. Childs. Each year, Bishop's University awards up to 4 honorary degrees to worthy recipients who have made a substantial contribution to society, recognizing them as citizens who've advanced those ideals that are common with the mission and values of Bishop's as an institution of higher learning. This afternoon, we will be honoring 2 recipients with honorary degrees. I now call upon Dr. Henner Yanes Ortiz to present the Licepi, one of this year's honorary doctorands. After the presentation, the Chancellor will grant the award and Licepi will be hooded. She will then address the convocation.
Chancellor Fournier, Vice Chancellor and Principal Level Grenier, faculty members, graduating class of 2024, your families and friends. Kimaking wol in amik ichilon to katen, ish Elisapi, letie huntul inuk kolel, ish kai, ish ip kai, ish menchaan, yetel shbatel. What I just said in my native tongue, Yucatec Maya, is the following. It is my pleasure to welcome back to campus Elisa P., Inuk singer, songwriter, documentary filmmaker, and activist. Elisa P. came to campus in October 2022 and delivered a warm, funny, and profoundly memorable Donald lecture that I greatly enjoyed as I'm sure many of the students graduating today did as well. Elisa P. was born in Saint Louis, Nunavik, and in a recent publication, she said that she was raised by strong, independent women who were remarkable for their curiosity and openness to other people's cultures. She also said, and I quote, "As indigenous people, as Inuit, curiosity has always been part of our DNA. That curiosity seems to me to be a wonderful example for all the cultures of the world." End of quote. This resonates deeply with me, as I remember the same curiosity being a part of my upbringing in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. It reminds me that we, indigenous peoples, have always been as cosmopolitan and as rooted as others worldwide. However, it has been the violent experiences of forced assimilation which has made us more suspicious and closed off to the intentions of others in our territories. Elisa P.'s journey as a singer-storyteller started in 1998 while performing in the band Taima. In 2005, she won her first Juno Award for Indigenous Record of the Year with an album of the same name, Taima. In 2003, she wrote and directed the documentary If the Weather Permits for the National Film Board, exploring what it means to be Inuk in this century of global challenges and swift changes. This documentary won several awards, including the Claude Jutra Award for Best New Director and the Rigoberta Menchú Prize at the First People's Festival. Her 2018 solo album, The Ballad of the Runaway Girl, was shortlisted for the Polaris Music Prize and earned her numerous Felix Awards and a Juno nomination. Her fourth solo record, Inuktitut, for which she received the 2024 Juno Award for Best Contemporary Indigenous Artist. Please, a round of applause for that award. This album features 10 cover versions of classic rock and pop songs, from Heart of Glass to Wish You Were Here, and from Time After Time to Wild Horses, all of which she has translated and performed in Inuktitut. Although originally created by different artists, Elisa P. transformed them into a unique sonic and storytelling experience of her own making. This beautiful album, along with its accompanying music video artwork, contributes to the growing body of indigenous cosmopolitan expressions worldwide. It reminds me of the work that indigenous artists in my home country of Mexico realize and perform in our own languages, Nahuatl, Maya, Tzotzil, and Seri, across diverse genres like reggae, hip-hop, metal, and electronic dance music. By doing so, they are not only expanding our own indigenous languages, but also the aesthetic boundaries of global music, just as the work of Elisa P., Tanya Tagak, the Hallucination, among many others, do in these lands. As further examples of this, Elisa P. has performed with the Orchestre Métropolitain de Montréal at the invitation of Yannick Nézet-Séguin at the Summer Stage Festival in New York City's Central Park, as well as in several venues and festivals locally and internationally. Beyond her musical career, Elisa P. is known for her acting roles in TV series and experimental movies. As an artist activist, or artivist, she created and produced the first Canada-wide broadcast TV show to celebrate the National Indigenous Peoples Day, Le Grand Solstice, which aired in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Through her television film company, Sanajik Films, she produces documentaries telling stories through indigenous and Inuit eyes. Elisa P.'s deep love for her territory and her language, Inuktitut, lies at the heart of her creative journey, as does her commitment to bridging the distance that often exists between indigenous and non-indigenous people. Over the past few days, I have had the privilege of spending time with Elisa P., witnessing her warm and genuine interest in other people's experiences, and her constant marveling at the unexpected beauty of our shared world. She is truly an important, inspiring light for both indigenous and non-indigenous people, and for that reason, Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you and to this convocation for the degree of Doctor of Civil Law, honoris causa, a woman of great passions and of great accomplishment, Elisa P. Nakokme.
Domin spectatisme, oritate mihi commissa, admitto te ad gradum doctorus in ure civili in nostra universitate honoris causa. By the power vested in me, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Civil Laws honoris causa in our university. Congratulations. Puis après, ça retourne.
Ooh la la. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm a little emotional right now. So bear with me. Nakokme mareluk isumaina piyore yunga tamani khati khariame nuna hakasima unit ino khatikanit. Amalo nuna hakasima yo khatikanit avangalo pisimatsuta yuna sitielo nit sangi unit pisimagata. Quel privilège et énorme sentiment de responsabilité de recevoir ce diplôme honorifique. Avez-vous vraiment lu ma bio? Êtes-vous sûr de vouloir me donner ce diplôme? Hein? OK. Merci à ceux qui m'entourent, avec qui j'ai la chance de créer et de faire des projets artistiques. Cet honneur, c'est aussi grâce à eux. Et ce matin, nakormek Vicky, amalo Henner, réatitika narrative ça m'a beaucoup ému d'entendre tous ces mots. Monsieur le chancelier, monsieur le principal invité d'honneur, bien sûr les professeurs, chers diplômés, parents et amis et collaborateurs, bien sûr. Where I'm from, we speak slowly. As if every word we say is important, it has its purpose. We take responsibility in using every knowledge we know. The desire to transmit knowledge is strong, to share. Our learnings are not from writings, but from observing. Our teachers, elders, teach by using words that have been thought over before spoken, that have been purposely and thoughtfully narrowed to a few words. That says all. I was born and raised in a village of Salut in Nunavik, in the north, of course. I always happily mention that I was adopted at birth by loving parents. My parents who have passed on, my parents who were clearly from that other world, the old Inuit world. They spoke only when it was necessary, like the ones before them. They gave me lots of space to dream away and invent all sorts of things. They were humble.
I feel them even in places like here. Nufukak and Paningayak. The missionaries baptized them as Elijah and Mary. I remember as a kid learning to love singing at the Anglican Church, the church that replaced the gatherings and traditional celebrations, storytelling, katatjak, throat singing, drum dancing. The church that erased every memory of the unique Inuit spirituality, as if the shamans never existed. To the point where talking about Angakwit shamans was a sin. But all is not lost. My atatak Elijah was illiterate, but he was my teacher. He taught me to see the world through his eyes. He was quiet, but still my greatest teacher yet. He was a stock boy at the co-op store where I spent all my young life, every day after school. There I would observe, I would learn how to go with the flow, I meant to say. I learned to adapt, to be around people. My ananak Mary, she was like my René Angelil. She would make me sing songs I learned from school or hymn songs in Inuktitut on our local radio every lunch hour. Por Salumut, every single day. The same girl is singing on her phone every day, lunch hour. She loved it when I sang in French, although she couldn't understand a word. I took pride in being her translator. I still love translating. There was no university in my village, a village of 1,500 people now, no cégep or college. School in my village was l'école de la vie. When we graduated secondary, we were geniuses. My classmates, the boys, when they would hear the geese coming back from the south, would literally jump out of the classroom window. They would run home to get their rifle, and they would climb the mountain that surrounds Salud to get closer to the sky, to get closer to the birds, nature calling them, the joy of providing. With Mary Simon's image in my head, the young politician who wasn't afraid and who wasn't excusing herself among her counterparts, Inuit men, and my biological mother, Eva's straightforward advice, if you're just gonna be shy all the time, you will never try the things you want to do. With these, I left, filled with guilt, to leave my mother, Mary, and my family. It took me years to be free from this feeling. I was out to pursue something, but it came with a price. 10 hours away by plane, far from the north, far from the geese, far from the land, the beautiful land and my mountains, I left. I'm humbled in front of you. I never gave myself the chance to be sitting in these benches with people like you. But 20 years ago, I needed to chase the unknown, to be somewhere else. You filled your heads with knowledge, and I'm impressed. I never studied how to film. I never studied how to sing. I just had my instincts, like all the artists where I'm from. These artists who took mental pictures of the bears, belugas, dogs, iluvigak, igloos, birds, fishes, nature, sea creatures, people, hunters, and then took a piece of land, a stone on the ground, from the ground, these beautiful stones we have in the north, and they turned those into life. They learned to sculpt with little tools, putting nature into an act of nature. I call it direct art. No boundaries and no title. Making art is a survival act. I'm not here to minimize studying. On the contrary, but I think you have to nurture your instinctive and creative selves. Don't judge. Work with what is painful. Start with a little trust in yourself. Talk to yourself, even if it's scary. Go find the entrance on the cracks, the weaknesses. Learn to dance with your vulnerability. You have more to learn with a singer who does not sing in tune. You have to transform your books, your lessons, what you learned into something that is close to you, that is you. Be aware of the chance you've had to be in such a school. Be responsible mathématiciens, scientists, lawyers, artists. Be responsible human beings. And then you can inspire the people around you. Beyond the books, there's experience. Now's the time to find it. There is no college or cégep or university in Nunavik. There is still no such a place, a college, university in Nunavik. That is really the truth. It's quite amazing to think that, but it's the truth. But there's cosmos experts, haute couture, and a lot of wise men and women, elders who are ageless and their spirits so bright. Kids are still skipping school in the spring for goose hunting. My people created kayak, and also sunglasses, amazing tools, so very finely crafted, and one of the most beautiful and perfect architecture piece, igloo. This is by observation and experience. You can connect the worlds of academic knowledge and experience. This is where wisdom is. This is your mission. Let's inspire one another. Nakormik, thank you. Merci beaucoup, et merci beaucoup de cet honneur.
Thank you, Dr. Elisapi. Félicitations. I now call upon our Principal and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sébastien Lebel-Grenier, to present the second honorary degree of this afternoon's ceremony. Unusually, this is being awarded to the Eastern Townships community as a whole. Fait inhabituel, celui-ci est décerné à la communauté des cantons de l'Est dans son ensemble. After the introduction, the Chancellor will present the award to former Mayor of Sherbrooke, Dr. Jean Perrault, Dr. Claude Belleau, and Madame Chantal Lessant, who were members of the Mobilization Committee and who will be receiving the honorary degree on behalf of the community. Dr. Jean Perrault will then address the convocation.
It is not customary for the principal to be the citer for honorands. I am breaking with this tradition today because this is deeply personal, both for me and for our university. Chancellor Fournier spoke in his opening remarks of the crisis Bishop's University faced last fall when the government of Quebec announced a series of harmful measures directed at the three predominantly English-language universities. These measures included the doubling of tuition fees for Canadian out-of-province students and were overtly meant to reduce the number of English-speaking students in Montreal. Bishop's was an oversight. It was not the target, but it was going to be the most affected. In fact, I truly feared for our ability to survive. It is in the darkest moments that you find out whether you have true friends. Dear graduates, I can confirm that Bishop's has many extremely devoted friends. As you know by now, we were able to get exemptions for Bishop's, a feat almost no one thought could be achieved. Bishop's mobilization, including the mobilization of the student body led by your Student Representative Council President, Sophia Stacey, who demonstrated incredible composure and leadership, were essential ingredients to that outcome. But to me, what ultimately turned the tide was the mobilisation of the Eastern Townships community. Dans les semaines qui ont suivi l'annonce, un grand nombre de leaders de la communauté de l'Estrie m'ont contacté pour exprimer leur consternation devant ces mesures dans lesquelles ils ne se reconnaissaient pas. Ils me demandaient comment ils pourraient aider notre université. Rapidement, un comité de mobilisation s'est créé, composé de l'ancien maire de Sherbrooke, Jean Perrault, de même que Claude Belleau, Louise Bourgault, Chantal Lessard et Yannick Crac. Ce comité a su rallier plus de 200 leaders de l'Estrie au soutien de notre institution avec un message clair. Il n'était pas question que les mesures annoncées ne soient appliquées à Bishop. Over 100 of these leaders, including local political leaders, a vast majority of whom were Francophones, and many of whom who had never set foot on campus, came to Centennial to clearly express to the Quebec government that they would not stand by while our university was being harmed. You can show the picture now. So I know that many of you were there. This is the moment where the community came in support of bishops. Remember this as it was a defining moment for your university. This is the power of community. We are stronger together, and indeed our region is made stronger by the long-standing connections that bind the Anglophone and Francophone members of our community. Together, we were able to affirm that institutions matter, that bishops, which has been part of the fabric of the Eastern Townships for over 180 years, that bishops matters. In the name of Bishops University, I want to express the immense gratitude we feel towards the Eastern Townships community. L'Université Bishops aura pour toujours une immense dette de gratitude envers la communauté de l'Estrie qui s'est tenue debout pour défendre notre institution. Je tiens à exprimer un immense merci à Jean, Claude, Louise, Chantal et Yannick pour leur extraordinaire travail de mobilisation. Nous n'aurions pu avoir un tel impact sans votre dévouement. Bishops has never conferred an honorary doctorate to a group, let alone a community representing an entire region, nor have we seen examples of this in other universities. But I could not imagine a group more deserving of this distinction. Thank you.
Vous êtes prêts? OK, prêt? Domin spectatissim, auctoritate mihi commissar, admitto te ad gradum doctorus in ure civili in nostra universitate honoris causa. By the power vested in me, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Civil Law honoris causa in our university, and I'm proud to do so. Félicitations. Hey, là, come on, là, j'arrête, là, je prends ma retraite. Je prends ma retraite.
Ce que vous ne savez pas, c'est que Chantal et Claude, ce sont des gradués de l'Université Bishop. Chancellor Fournier, Principal Lebel-Grenier, faculté, staff, distinguished guests, parents, graduate, and all of your family members and friends who are here glowing with pride and admiration. Welcome to the Gator Nation. Let me first begin by telling you that it is with great emotion and with profound gratitude that our small committee is receiving this prestigious honor on behalf of an entire region, our beautiful Eastern Township. Graduates, you are privileged, and we hope you know that. Not only because you are graduating from an outstanding university, but also because you are graduating from a university located in one of the best places in the world. If you have attended similar events in the past, you will recall that the learning institution frequently honor distinguished individuals like those we met last night and those present in today's ceremony. But this time, it's a little bit different. This time, the institution, your soon-to-be alma mater, is awarding an honorary degree to an entire region. How cool is that? And how innovative is that? Also, just imagine how expensive it will be for bishops to print thousands of copies of the honorary degree to be handed out to everyone in the townships. As it was mentioned by the kind introduction by the Principal Lebel-Grenier, some months ago, the very survival and identity of Bishop's University were greatly threatened by the decision taken by the Quebec government to increase tuition fees for students who are coming from outside of Quebec. That includes many of you graduating today. That decision could have had a devastating impact on the capacity of the university to attract and welcome students from all over Canada and abroad. For all of us, we felt that this announcement was sending the wrong message and that it failed to recognize Bishops, Sherbrooks, and the Eastern Township flourish and deep-rooted connection for more than 180 years. The arbitrary decision taken by the provincial government was frankly unacceptable to many of us in the community. Our message was simple and clear. The inclusiveness, the diversity, and the recognition of our differences are strength, not threats. And you know what? These are some of the most essential values that will help you as graduates to become better citizens and to address the challenges that our world is facing now and even more so tomorrow. Our group, our city, and the entire region stood up for Bishop and said no to Quebec. Now, over and beyond, the decisions Bishops made to award an honorary degree to a region lies on the greatest messages that we hope you will remember from that experience. A community which stands together and a group of individuals with conviction and determination can bring about changes to make a real difference for our collective future. The message that together we are stronger has once again proven to be true. It should be a message that you keep with you for the rest of your life in addressing the multiple challenges that tomorrow will bring. I'm not going to try to convince you that the world is not a complicated place. It is. Simply think of the many environmental challenges we are facing, the necessity to reimagine and reinvent a new world order, the increasingly polarized world of ideas and opinions globally, that includes here at home, the rampant individualism of various extremists rising all over the place, the absence of easy solution and the lack of consensus to achieve them are making it more and more difficult to find our way. And you know what? Despite all of this, don't ever let anyone tell you the challenges are too big or too unsurmountable, because it is simply not true. Remember today's message: together we are stronger. A small but a mighty liberal arts university, Bishops has contributed to opening and nurturing thousands of minds like yours for more than 180 years. That in itself is an incredible accomplishment. It has consistently enabled its students to develop the necessary skills and outlook on life to become ethical and responsible citizens. I know as parent, these are important factors in choosing a university, and let me tell you, you made the right choice by encouraging your children to study here. And as graduates, I have no doubt that you already understand the importance of your decision to study at BU and feel the impact of your time at BU. The lasting impact of your time here will propel you forward as you move on to the next chapter of your life. These are the reasons we fought for Bishop's survival. This is what we wanted to preserve, the opportunity for thousands more future graduates like you to acquire the necessary skill, the necessary knowledge, and the necessary understanding of the world that will make you a better person, a better citizen, and ultimately allowing you to contribute to make the world a better place. Monsieur le chancelier, distingués invités, c'est avec beaucoup d'émotion et avec une profonde gratitude que nous accueillons cet honneur et la reconnaissance que souhaite conférer l'Université Bishop à la grande communauté de Sherbrooke et de l'Estrie. C'est en effet par centaines que des gens du milieu des affaires, du monde municipal, académique, des MRC et de nombreux citoyens ont répondu à l'appel du comité de mobilisation et se sont investis dans la défense des droits de votre institution. La mobilisation du milieu a été rapide, soutenue et exemplaire. Nous en sommes très fiers et cela a prouvé encore une fois que l'Université Bishop représente un maillon important de la vie de notre communauté et qu'elle est résolument une partie intégrale de notre tissu et de notre cohérence régionale. La mission, l'identité et le rôle de l'université en tant que carrefour des savoirs n'ont cessé d'enrichir et ont grandement contribué à l'essor de notre région depuis près de 2 siècles maintenant. L'ensemble du message que nous avons souhaité communiquer était clair, que l'Université Bishop ne constitue d'aucune façon une menace pour le français à Sherbrooke, pas plus que dans le reste de l'Estrie, ni dans le reste du Québec. Pour nous, toutes et tous, l'existence et la présence de l'Université Bishop dans notre région est une richesse et non un danger. En terminant, nous tenons aussi à souligner le rôle exemplaire qu'a joué et continue de jouer le principal Sébastien Lebel-Grenier dans ce dossier hautement stratégique et nous souhaitons lui réitérer notre soutien et notre engagement envers toi et envers l'université. Ensemble, nous serons et resterons plus forts. Congratulations to all of the graduates 2024. Félicitations à tous les gradués 2024. Be proud, be you!
Merci beaucoup, Dr. Perrault, Dr. Bello, Dr. Lessard, Dr. Yannick Crac, et Dr. Louise Bourgault. And now the moment you've all been working for 3 to 4 years, maybe a little more, the conferring of degrees. I now invite the Vice Principal, Academic and Research, Dr. Andrew Webster, to present the undergraduate degrees. Dr. Webster will ask each group of graduands to stand while he presents them to the Chancellor. The students should remain standing while the Chancellor, on behalf of the university, admits them to their degrees. Following the Chancellor's bestowal, our ushers will direct those students to the stage. Each student will be introduced by their dean and then hooded by the Vice Principal, Student Affairs, Dr. Stina Linden Anderson, or by Registrar and Director of Admissions, Hans Rouleau. Indigenous students will be hooded by the Associate Director, Indigenous Initiatives, Vicky Boldo. Our newly minted graduates will then cross the stage to be congratulated first by the Chancellor and then by the Principal.
Will the members of the graduating class of 2024 who are to receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts please stand? Mr. Chancellor, and all members of the university, with the unanimous approval of this convocation, I present to you these candidates in order that they may be granted the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
By the power vested in me, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts in our university, together with its responsibilities, rights, and privileges.
Chancellor, as Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, it is my privilege to present to you the students receiving their Bachelor of Arts in Humanities. Christopher Wilfred Arsenault, with distinction. Nicolas Turcotte. Juliet Welsh, with distinction. Mandy Carla Osborne Chislett. Oriana Valentina Buxer Sanchez, with distinction, the University Prize in Arts Administration. Raphael Barrett with distinction. Annika Morin with distinction. Susie Deschambault with distinction. Caitlin Garish with distinction. Colin Ahern with distinction. Sophie Adriana Brady with distinction, the Malcolm and Evelyn Doak Prize in History. Kieran McKeary Lawless with distinction. Karen Charpentier with distinction. Yara Jean with distinction. Samantha Kipp with distinction, the University Prize in Art History. Leah Rebecca Ruta with distinction, the University Prize in History and the University Prize in Liberal Arts. Alexis Paquin with distinction. Patrick Medland with distinction. How you doing? Jules Benson. Manu Bissonette with distinction, the Hispanic Studies Prize, the University Prize in Modern Languages. Sedona Morgan Brett. Kyla Pascal Blanchard. Audrey Coder Veilleux with distinction. Emily Baudry with distinction. Haley Swift with distinction, the University Prize in Classical Studies. Carlos Andres Gutierrez Perez. Nicholas Boltby with distinction, the George Engelbretson Prize in Philosophy, the John W. Y. Smith Prize in Economics, and the University Prize in Philosophy. Henry Wakabayashi with distinction. Rainer Matthew Atanasio. Laura Pohl. Elise Grenier with distinction, the Wanda Rosinska Prize in Fine Arts. Tato Nguyen. Lydia Charters with distinction. Laura Fernandez. Morgan Doak with distinction. Ryan Costello with distinction. Amelia Wallenius with distinction. Sandrine Toussignan. Willa Hope Bateman with distinction, the St. Mark's Chapel Prize, and the University Prize in Music. Victoria Saint-Laurent. Elsa Marina Lamontagne with distinction. Abigail Rosemarie Fletcher with distinction, the University Prize in Religion. Eve Roulette with distinction. Bethany Rouse with distinction. Daniel Condil with distinction. Pierre-Luc Haché. Christian Jimenez Pena. Marc-Antoine Boucher with distinction. Olivia Fassin with distinction, the Ambassador of Switzerland Prize in French, the University Prize in Études Françaises et Québécoises. Moladad Bashar Dous with distinction. Chancellor. Chancellor. That concludes the students receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Faculty of Humanities.
Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, as the Interim Dean of the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, it is my privilege to present the students receiving their Bachelor of Arts.
I don't see that.
Kevin Gosling, with distinction. Felix Isaac Flax. Micah Scott. Sean Sobers. Malcolm Bielaski, with distinction. Jordan Duong. Salma Amazit, with distinction. Michelle Mota Gammon, with distinction. Joshua Norby. Hannah McCarthy. Zareen Alexa Erasmus. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the student receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Mathematics.
Chancellor, as the Dean of Social Sciences, it is my privilege to present the students receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences. Matthew Messicott. Cameron Buffett. Kaylee LaRue, with distinction. Annick Berger, with distinction. Antoine Cliche, with distinction. Tyler Hatfield, with distinction. Kelly Hamlin. Gabrielle Mayer. Noémie Nadeau, with distinction. Laurence Bourgeois. Gabriel Silva Ferreira. Amanda Silva Marquez. Alexander Piercy Aslan. Go ahead. Jose Manuel Cardenas Delguer. Adrian Wilmot. Jennifer St. Pierre. Maj Saint-Ange, with distinction. Charlie Bisson, with distinction. Vimin Vong, with distinction. Justine Côte-Noire, with distinction. Anne-Julie Bergeron, with distinction, the Ambassador of Spain Prize in Spanish. Rosemarie Boudreau. Sophie Dufar. Haley Lodge, with distinction. Nathan Hood, with distinction. Emmanuel Abdelmalak, with distinction. Fahim Muminzada, with distinction. Samantha Sore. Samuel James Gez. Victor Vergnol. Michael Wilkinson. Grant Allett. Hélène Levesque, with distinction. Simon Daly. Alexandra Reed Lacerte. Florence Ruel. Noémie Couture, with distinction. Grace Letouzel. Annika Kipfer, with distinction. Talia Cowan, with distinction. Lily McGowan, with distinction. Rachel Lucier, with distinction. Cecily Schwen Ruth Abbott, with distinction. Mitchell Thomas Allen McLeod. Trevor Nall. Tiana Irvin. Kalina Alexander Renault. Madeline Kalashnikov. Maya Bernier. Sarah Fowler, with distinction. Sarah Hepworth, with distinction. Kelly Ann Belil, with distinction. Zoe Moro. Skylin Cherederick, with distinction. Emily McLean, with distinction. Aiden Robideau. Leopold de Hemptien. Charles Xavier Doyon Barrio, with distinction. Nicolas Barry. Sophia Shirley Alina Stacy. Kiara Bondi with distinction. Rosalie Oul with distinction. Sarah Ruffiange. Alana Sarah Ospina. Amy Hamel. Anne-Catherine Robert. Andrea Guandike Novoa. Fabrice Blais Savoie. Regan Simpson, with distinction, the Gerald Theodore Rayner Prize in Political Studies and the University Prize in Politics and International Studies. Gabrielle Lieu, with distinction, the Andrew F. Johnson Prize in International Political Economy, the Prize for Excellence in Economic Research, and the University Prize in Economics. Megan Gibson, with distinction. Muhannad Ibrahim Esway. Marianne Paquette, with distinction. Etienne Bélanger Menard, with distinction. Christina Garant. Julie Girard. Brittany Adams. Gabrielle Ellen Leverett. Riley Jones. Jérémy Lavoie. Kyle Corrigan, with distinction. Alexandre Ouimet. Taylor Roy. Megan Elizabeth Saint-Laurent. Hannah Robertson. Ellery Hogan. Molly Baker. Grace Lounsbury. Grace Lounsbury. Renee Rustias, with distinction. Fiona McMaster. Annika Bradley. Elizabeth Legendre, with distinction. Eleonore Banville, with distinction, the University Prize in Psychology. Alexandre Prévost. Renee Rolf Zivat, with distinction. Mathieu Martel. Nicolas Veillette. Karim Ibrahim. Delaney Collier, with distinction. Ocean Galachon, with distinction. Juliana Monsalve. Rochelle Louise Harlan. Stephanie Yvette Luemba. Baijan Shazada. Emily Cicadas. Noah Kagan Fleming. Colton Dagenet with distinction. Jaden Goodsell with distinction. Archie Morris. Nicholas Evans. Will Birmingham. Noel Kenny with distinction. Isabel Norville Davy. Zoe Ingleby with distinction. Hannah Gargle with distinction. Bailey Capelin with distinction. Valentina Ogonaga Burbano. Morgan Marie Green. John Cumming. Ella Cousineau. Catherine Berger-Dubé. Gabrielle Rousseau. Joël Gagnon, with distinction. Lachlan Christopher McDonald. Jake Bauer. Kian Hogan. Eddie Dumont. Rylan Tullis. Sean Ross, with distinction. Hisham Saleh. Matthew Campbell. Philippe Savard. Hope Clemenhagen, with distinction. Xavier Feng, with distinction. Keenan Boulian. Carl Baudry Levesque. Charles Antoine Dion. Félix Charret. Annabelle Dupont. Pavelina Larivière. Josephine Wild, with distinction. Virginie Levesque, with distinction. Tiana Gabrielle Velasquez Little. Braden Ashley Irwin. Jennifer Jill Mathers, with distinction, the University Prize in Sports Studies. Alexandre Olivier Jean, with distinction. Mariam Allison Sirois, Indiai, with distinction, the Jim Farabee Memorial Prize in Journalism. Geneviève Harvey, with distinction, the University Prize in Sociology. Melody Anderson, with distinction, the University Prize in Environmental Studies and Geography. Anne Laberge, with distinction, the Canadian Association of Geographers Prize. Gabrielle Hertz Kahn. Brianna Peterson. Elliot Gariepi. Mathieu James Haché, with distinction. William Nicholas, with distinction. Mathis Desjardins, with distinction. Queenie Bekale. Sandra Mbeku. Chancellor, that concludes the students receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Faculty of Social Sciences.
Will the members of the graduating class of 2024 who have earned the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand? Mr. Chancellor, and all members of the university, with the unanimous approval of this convocation, I present to you these graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
By the power vested in me, I admit you to the degree of Bachelor of Science in our university, together with its responsibilities, rights, and privileges.
Mr. Chancellor, as the interim dean of the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, it is my privilege to present the students receiving their Bachelor of Science. Michaela Kamar, with distinction, the Society of Chemical Industry Prize in Biochemistry and the University Prize in Biochemistry. Zoe Liz Gandhi, with distinction. Regan Bienvenue, with distinction. Amélie Morin, with distinction, and the Arthur Langford Prize in Biology. Jacqueline Dijkstra. Lisa Mate Agnes van der Span. Leo Chadwick. Alexandre Isid, with distinction. Lysander Tucker O'Dollander, with distinction. Catalina Antonia Villanueva Carrasco. Amirasian Hakimi. Noé Poulain, with distinction. Sol Welle, with distinction and the University Prize in Computer Science. Liam Kenneth Fitzpatrick Boucher, with distinction. Karim Nabahi. Aditya Verma, with distinction. Maeva Hull, with distinction. Emma Wright. Shannon McRae. Faith Miller, with distinction. Kellyanne Nadeau, with distinction. Ashley Pitcher, with distinction. Emara Rose Prober, with distinction. Joe Bardwell, with distinction, the David Savage Prize in Physics and Mathematics, and the University Prize in Physics and Astronomy. Aidan O'Shea, with distinction, the David Savage Prize in Physics and Mathematics, and the University Prize in Mathematics. Yegor Timoshkov. Stephanie Roy, with distinction. Ana Catalina Dawson Huerta, with distinction. Camille Lucie Burton, with distinction and the University Prize in Biological Sciences. Sienna Santina Longo, with distinction and the Susanna Lee Memorial Prize. Cedric Dion, with distinction. Kofi Oduro. Jonathan Wilson, with distinction. Katia Griffiths-Julien. Jerry Lau, with distinction. Pierre-Alexandre Barbeau-Franceur. Jeremy Jean-François Olivier, with distinction, the Albert Kuhner Memorial Prize in Chemistry, the Society of Chemical and Industry Prize in Chemistry, and the University Prize in Chemistry. Yui Nguyen. Junwen Hu, with distinction. Liam Morris. Omkar Kane. Sean Richardson. William Nagant, with distinction. Muhi Eddin Tahan. Jerome Spernail. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the students receiving the Bachelor of Science degree from the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Mathematics.
Chancellor, as the Dean of Social Sciences, it's my privilege to present students receiving their Bachelor of Science. Diane Drac Alcibai, with distinction. Danielle Story, with distinction. Eric Houdon, with distinction. Alexandra McKenzie, with distinction. Dr. Shannon Gadbois Prize, Excellence in Psychological Research. Natalie Nicole Iwanicki, with distinction. Kayla Dawn Vardy. Ruth Michelle Tongep Yumbi. Stella Ruddy, with distinction. Charlotte Bibeau, with distinction. Elisa Guichenel, with distinction. Charlie Brianne Wing, with distinction. Sabrina Nadeau, with distinction. Zara Chloe Zamora Zoria. Chancellor, that concludes the students receiving their Bachelor of Science degree from the Faculty of Social Sciences.
Will the students who earned a certificate of completion of a microprogram, or a graduate certificate, please stand? There we are. Mr. Chancellor and all members of the university, with the unanimous approval of this convocation, I present to you these candidates to receive their certificates.
I confirm that you have been awarded this certificate together with its responsibilities, rights, and privileges.
Chancellor, as the Senior Academic Officer of the University, it is my privilege to present the students receiving these certificates. Jude Roberge. Trista Kuhl. Mélanie Letendre Joniot. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the students receiving the certificates from the university.
Congratulations, graduates, and welcome to the Bishops Alumni Association. I am now particularly delighted to invite Mr. Alex Cook of the class of 2013 and president of the Bishops University Alumni Association to present the recipient of the Alumnus of the Year Award, and invite Stephen Lloyd, my classmate of the class of 1989, to stand next to the Chancellor.
Welcome to the Alumni Association, everybody. The Alumni Association exists to ensure that that same sense of community that you felt over campus over the past several years remains with you throughout your careers and for the rest of your lives. And one of the ways that we do that is by honoring outstanding alumni who both excelled in their career and continue to make a difference in the Bishops community. So with that, I am honored today to introduce you to Stephen Lloyd. Stephen graduated in 1989 with a major in economics and a minor in history. During his time at Bishops, he distinguished himself as a high-achieving undergraduate and involved member of the student community, receiving the Howard Ferguson Cup, the Norman Webster Prize, and the Golden Mitre Award, which is the highest non-academic honor that graduating students can receive, elected by popular vote of the prospective graduating class. He also established the men's volleyball team in 1987 to 88 after competing in the 1985 Canada Games as a member of Team Quebec. After Bishops, Stephen obtained his degree from the McGill Faculty of Law in 1993 and soon began what has become a successful and fulfilling 30-year career at the global law firm Dentons, where he is now a partner. He is well known for his dedication to his clients and his ability to deliver the best results tailored to their specific needs. In fact, Stephen has been recognized as one of Canada's leading lawyers on several occasions and has been a chamber-ranked corporate lawyer for 5 years running. His many years of experience and his expertise render him an invaluable asset at Dentons, where he also sits on the firm's Canadian Region Board, as well as the Global Advisory Committee. Stephen has a particular passion for the environment and nature conservation. He often assists with initiatives between natural resource groups and Indigenous communities, and is always in favor of integrating conservation efforts within commercial activities. Moreover, he has been a longtime member of the Nature Conservancy of Canada Board and the Atlantic Salmon Federation Board. His commitment to nature and sustainability is also reflected in his work as elected municipal councillor for the town of Barkmere, Quebec, where he has served for 4 mandates and continues to encourage the development and maintenance of a healthy and protected environment. Despite having a highly active and presumably demanding career, Stephen has a long history of volunteerism and has always found time to give back to the Bishops community. He was vice chair of the Board of Governors from 2012 to 2015, and he is currently a member of the Bishops Foundation Board of Directors. During his time on the Board of Governors, he helped draft the current governing statutes that established a gender balance and equality rule for board member selection. Stephen can often be found at alumni receptions in Montreal and Sherbrooke and is a proud ambassador for the university. He recently attended Beyond the Bubble in late 2023 to share his time and knowledge with current students from the Williams School of Business. His love of Bishops does come naturally to him, of course. Both his parents, Douglas and Nancy, who's here with us right now, attended Bishops, as did his sisters and his uncle, Douglas Tease, who was one of the authors of our infamous school song, Raise a Toast. Stephen's father was likewise heavily involved within our community and was named Alumnus of the Year in 1984. They are the first parent and child to ever receive together this prestigious award. This proud family legacy continues with his daughter, Clara Lloyd, who graduated from Bishops with a Bachelor of Science in Biology in 2020. Stephen's longtime support of Bishops and his purple pride have been invaluable to our institution, and I have no doubt he will continue to bleed purple for many years to come. In recognition of his continued generosity and devotion to Bishops University, it is the Alumni Association's honor to bestow upon him the 2024 Alumnus of the Year Award. Congratulations, Stephen.
Congratulations, Stephen. Well deserved. We now come to the valedictorian address for this ceremony. The valedictorian addresses Convocation on behalf of the student graduating class as a whole. Valedictorians are selected by their peers based on academic achievement and their embodiment of the bishop's experience. I now call upon Renee Rastaias, an environmental studies graduate, to deliver this afternoon's valedictorian address, after which the principal, Dr. Lebel-Grenier, will present a plaque to her.
What a strange trip it's been. You could say that about any group of graduating students, but for the Bishop's University class of 2024, it seems especially applicable. In the fall of 2020, it was unclear whether or not we'd have a full school year due to the pandemic. In our graduating year, the future of the university itself was threatened due to the proposed tuition increases for out-of-province students. In the face of both these challenges, Bishop stood tall. Why? Our sense of community and pride in our school. Do you remember your first days here? Maybe you stared out the window of your dorm room, soaking in the view of the beautiful campus you had visited once, but was now your home. Maybe you were sad, if not surprised, to see a dim reflection of what you'd always imagined that moment would be. The quad wasn't teeming with upper year students reuniting with friends. Frisbees and footballs were replaced with hand sanitizer stations and social distancing signs. Even the squirrels seemed to be staying 6 feet apart from each other. Now hit fast forward. Life on campus eventually resembled what we always hoped it would. Remember those O weeks, cheering on Gator sports teams, those homecoming tailgates, and dancing on the roof of Animal? Or was that last night? The friends who would be there for you when you needed someone to talk to. Those are the memories we'll never forget. Bishop's is a special place. It's the only small, liberal arts, English-speaking school in the province of Quebec. But beyond surface-level differences, what makes the Bishop's experience so unique? It can't be tied down to any one thing, but it's walking to class and running into about 15 people you know along the way. It's being confident that when you put on a school event, you will be met with the unwavering support of the community. It's knowing your professors well enough that you can ask them about how their family was over the weekend. It's watching the solar eclipse surrounded by your friends and your peers. And it's knowing that when you go out to either of the 2 bars in town, you'll know just about every person inside of them. C'est aussi important de reconnaître le fait que nous sommes si chanceux de pouvoir être ici en ce moment. Nous sommes allés à une université avec une communauté incomparable dans l'arrondissement charmant que nous appelons Lennoxville, dans la magnifique région des cantons de l'Est. Notre expérience d'étudiante a été très unique et a été enrichie par la belle culture et les beaux paysages qui nous entourent. We would not have made it through our degrees if not for the support from those around us. There are so many people to thank. Friends, mentors, family, the ones who kept us on solid ground. Thank you also to our professors for teaching us so much, for answering all our questions, for telling us everything is going to be all right, and for instilling in us a love for learning that extends far beyond the classroom. Our professors challenged us, taught us to think critically, and helped shape our perspectives on the world. Not only did these professors make themselves accessible to students to help in times of need, they instilled a continued curiosity of learning that extends from academics and into life. We, the students, owe many thanks to you all. These are the people who make bishops bishops. There is a lot of work that goes into having such a lively community. And the beautiful thing about going to a small school is that you truly have the ability to have an impact and to see it in real time. There have been some remarkable accomplishments made within the Bishop's community during our time here. I can't even begin to list them all, but some major ones include how the Committee Against Tuition Increases, University Administration, and the Students' Representative Council, supported by so many members of the local community, played a crucial role in successfully exempting bishops from the proposed tuition hike. This was a major win for bishops, but that's not all. The university achieved carbon neutrality 7 years before our target goal. The student-led charity fashion show raised a record-breaking $28,000 for the Dixville Foundation. Numerous clubs, activities, and academic societies were finally able to rebuild and resume in their full capacity after the pandemic. In-person classes once again became standard. We're about to step into what everyone refers to as the real world. Don't believe them. We've been living in the real world for quite some time and doing a fine job of it. From when we began at Bishop's to today, we've been transformed from people who once wished to be treated like adults into leaders. And for some of you, well, you're not even waiting for the generations ahead of you to get out of the way, nor should you. Je sais que plusieurs d'entre nous, dont moi-même, sont concernés par le futur. C'est très compréhensible. Le futur nous fait penser à l'incertitude. Mais c'est important de se rappeler qu'au fil des années, de nombreux changements se sont produits au sein et autour de l'université dont notre promotion a eu la chance d'être témoin. C'est-à-dire que nos années à Bishop's nous ont préparés pour aborder les futurs changements et défis qui nous attendent. C'est important de se rappeler de se faire confiance parce qu'on est prêt et on s'en sortira. I've always hated endings. I've certainly struggled to come to terms with the fact that I won't find anything quite like Bishop's in the future. There's not many places that you can live within a 300-meter radius of all your friends. But while reflecting on my time spent here, I've realized that each experience I've had has left a unique mark on me that I will bring into whatever I take on in the future. There are some people who've become such a part of me that I'll carry pieces of them with me for the rest of my life. So instead of being sad for what we're leaving behind, we can choose to be hopeful for what's to come and to look forward to finding little bits of Bishop's in the world around us. Our years here have been characterized by uncertainty, just as our futures are, but the Bishop's community is resilient. We are now moments from closing one chapter in our lives and starting another. We have the rest of the day to spend time with our friends, stay up until sunrise, and reminisce about our favorite moments from our time here. We then have the rest of our lives to take what we learned over our years as students here, and as a community, and go. And then do, and go a little further, and then do some more. As we leave here today, to face whatever we may face as newly minted Bishop's alumni, know that we will forever stand shoulder to shoulder. Take some time to remember how you entered, and to be proud of how you're leaving. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2024.
Congratulations, René, and thank you for your inspiring words. Now, we've come to the part of this ceremony when we recognize the highest achievements of our graduating students. So I would call upon Dr. Elizabeth Levac, Professor of Environment and Geography, to present the Vice Chancellor's Prize. This prize is awarded for outstanding academic proficiency in the final year of an undergraduate program, and this year's recipient is Melody Anderson. I now call upon Dr. Patrick McBride, Professor of English, to present the Joan and Alex Patterson Award. This prize is given to a graduating student who has contributed the most to volunteer work and activities in the off-campus community, and this year's recipient is Caitlin Garish. Next, the Norman Webster Prize is awarded to the student who best combines high academic standards in a multidisciplinary program with substantial participation in extracurricular activities. I invite Dr. Maxime Trempe, Chair of the Sports Studies Program, to present it to Virginie Lévesque. The highest non-academic honor of the university, the Golden Mitre Award, recognizes outstanding service to the student body. Recipients are elected to the Golden Mitre Honor Society by the graduating class. The award will be presented by Dr. Stina Linden Anderson, Vice Principal, Student Affairs, and I ask this year's inductees to come forward, namely Danielle Story, Sophia Stacy, Gabrielle Liu, Ruth Tangep Yumbi, and René Zivat. And finally, the Julie Bradshaw Award was established in memory of Julie, a graduate of 1980. It is bestowed to the student who received the highest number of votes for the Golden Mitre Award. The 2024 recipient is Sophia Stacy. Congratulations to all the award recipients. To conclude this afternoon's ceremony, I now call upon our Principal and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sébastien Lebel-Grenier, to address the convocation.
Dear graduates, chers diplômés, today is about you. You are not here by happenstance. You have completed your degree requirements through effort, sacrifice, determination, and resilience. You've earned this, and we are here today to celebrate your accomplishments. Congratulations. Today is also about your parents, family, and loved ones. I'm certain their encouragement and support throughout your journey, their confidence in your capacity to succeed, were instrumental in your success. I therefore want to thank all of you who came here today to celebrate our graduates. You made a difference. Your pride is justified, and I truly believe that the best is yet to come for this, our 2024 graduating class. Dear graduates, let us now reflect on your journey. Today, we officially recognize that you've earned a bishop's education. Now, what does that mean? In his opening remarks, Chancellor Fournier reflected on the existential challenge your alma mater, our beloved Bishop's University, faced with what is now known as the tuition crisis. This crisis brought instant clarity as to what makes Bishop's unique. Our university is characterized by its values. Perhaps the most important one is inclusion. Ours is an institution that thrives because of the diversity of our student body and the fact that all that come to Bishops are not only welcomed, they are seen as important members of our community, equally deserving of support and consideration. Here at Bishops, we recognize that we grow and become better versions of ourselves when we learn from others who have different life experiences and ideas. This is, in essence, what we fought for last fall. We fought to be able to continue to welcome to campus students from Quebec, from all of Canada's regions, and from across the world. La diversité linguistique est l'une des richesses qui nous caractérise. Tout comme nombre d'entre vous et nombre de personnes dévouées qui travaillent ici à Bishops pour vous soutenir dans votre réussite, j'ai reçu un accueil exceptionnel lorsque je suis arrivé dans notre institution et on m'a fait comprendre que ma présence enrichissait notre milieu. Ma communauté d'adoption m'a ébloui par sa capacité de bienveillance. You, our graduating class, are an example of what we need more of in a time of division. You have showed us the way with your ability to be selfless and deeply care for each other, notwithstanding what some would see as differences. In coming to Bishops, you also demonstrated curiosity. As you know, our liberal education model encourages you to explore beyond the confines of one discipline, and all of you, in your own way, demonstrated that curiosity, be it through your choices of programs, majors and minors, or courses. Your curiosity and passion also demonstrated themselves in the diverse array of other endeavors you pursued, be they as student athletes, as members of student government or clubs, or through your social engagement and artistic activities. Of course, this curiosity was fostered by your professors, who are devoted to your success, who inspire you and who push you to excel. It is fostered as well by all the other personnel whose mission here at Bishops is to provide you the best possible student experience in a safe and nurturing environment. What this has allowed you to develop is the capacity to think outside the box. In other words, the capacity to apprehend the complex social issues we are all facing today through a lens that reflects their inherent complexity. There are no easy answers to the issues we are collectively facing. Real answers come from the ability to think beyond and across the confines of disciplines, disciplinary boundaries, and show true capacity to listen and to learn from others. These abilities are where innovation and leadership come from. I know this might sound like hyperbole when you just finished your final exams and papers a month ago, and you might still be wondering what this new chapter in your life holds for you. I suggest you look to those who came before you for inspiration. Bishop graduates have demonstrated an uncanny ability for innovation and an amazing sense of leadership. And what they most consistently say to me is that the liberal education they received is to be credited for their success. So, be confident in your ability to be agents of change and sources of inspiration, and prepare a better world for those that will come after you. Ultimement, j'aime croire que ce que nous apprenons ici à Bishops, c'est qu'ensemble, nous sommes plus forts. Vous avez bien entendu démontré la véracité de cette affirmation par la solidarité et l'engagement dont vous avez fait preuve face à la crise que nous avons vécue l'automne dernier. Mais j'avancerai toutefois que cet engagement au soutien de notre université vous est venu naturellement car il reflète vos convictions. For over 180 years now, this sense of community has shone through all those that have come before you and that have helped shape what Bishops is today. In your time here at Bishops, you made it a better and a stronger institution. As you are my first graduating class, I want to thank you. You have inspired me and have given me a clear sense of purpose. You will always hold a special place in my heart. As you have graduated, you are now Bishops alumni. Please always consider Bishops to be a true home for you. I hope to see you often in the future, either here on our beautiful campus or elsewhere at some of the many events we organize for you, our alumni. May the relationships you have built during your stay at Bishops remain strong your whole life through, and may Bishops count on your continued dedication to our small but mighty university. Congratulations.
Merci, Monsieur le Principal. Before Chancellor Fournier declares this convocation to be closed, I invite all of you to a reception upstairs in the mezzanine and on the TD Terrace. After the closing of the ceremony by the Chancellor, the academic procession will exit the gymnasium, followed by our new Bishops graduates. For the rest of you, I would ask that you kindly remain seated until the academic procession and graduates have withdrawn. You may then exit via the door at the top of the stands or at the back of the Denver gym. Please make your way directly upstairs. Congratulations again to you, our graduates, and to you, their proud family and friends. Have a good day.
I would like to thank Jackie for having been a magnificent MC all day. Jackie, thank you. Un grand merci à vous tous d'être ici aujourd'hui, à les familles, à les amis, à tout le monde. Congratulations to the class of 2024. You deserve it. Félicitations à tout le monde. Puis c'est un honneur pour moi de dire, on behalf of Bishops University, I now declare this 197th convocation ceremony to be closed. Congratulations. All right. Monsieur le Recteur.